So this is an interesting thing I was thinking about today. I was talking with somebody, and he was telling me how he once went 13 years without having sex. 13 years. Okay. Let me repeat that. I was talking with a guy who said he had 13 years of not having sex. And I said, was that voluntary? He just said, no, it wasn't. And I said, well, why? And he said, just various reasons. He was going through certain things. He had job restructuring. I take that to mean he quit one career and then went to another career. At least from what, from talking to him at length, that's what I gathered. Which, granted, that can take a lot of time. That can take up to 5 years. In some cases, it just depends on who you are, but it's not easy for a man to go from one field in a career, switch to another career, and be back on track in life. That's very difficult to do, which for men, or excuse me, for women, the strategy for that is completely different. For a woman who's switching her life around, all she has to do is break up with the current man she's with, and that's kind of equivalent to a man changing careers, because oftentimes, women view men as if men are a career, or they view men as if they are a long-term financial option. And if you don't think that, you're bonkers, because that's part of women's mating strategy. That's the main part of women's mating strategy, is to look at a guy's income, look at his career, look at what he offers in terms of life perks and benefits, and she's going to go forward accordingly, or she's going to veer away from him accordingly. This, believe me, this is part of the female mating strategy. If you think as a guy like, oh, my career doesn't matter, or I'm just, she can take me for me, or like, you're way out of the ballpark of what is actually going on, because your career matters. And I can't tell you how many women I've had ask me what I do for work. I can't tell you how many women were inquisitive about my career. All happens all the time, all the freaking time. To me, it's not a red flag. It's just, whenever a woman says that to me, it's an indicator that there's no way I'm going to even consider having a real relationship with her. I'm just going to go for sex. Anyway, so I'm talking to this guy, and he says he has a career restructuring. He goes 13 years without having sex. I think he said I can't remember if he said he went through a divorce, but he said he was in a long-term relationship, and it didn't work out, and there was kids involved. I don't think he told me if they were married or not, so I really don't know about that one. But essentially, there was kids involved. I think he said he had kids with the woman, 2 kids, a boy and a girl, and I think there was some issues that lawyers got involved. I think it had to do with trying to get payment from him, or it had to do with custody or whatever. But anyway, so I'm talking with him. So he went through all this stuff, and these are all the things that men go through to get red pilled, on the road to getting red pilled. So I talked with him, and I asked him, are you red pilled? And it was something that he basically explained to me. He was MGTOW, but he didn't really follow MGTOW. So he was MGTOW, but he didn't really follow MGTOW. So basically, he said through going through those experiences, he didn't seek for women because the bad experiences that he had with women left a bad taste in his mouth. And I said, well, why didn't you just try to get laid or go for sex, etc.? And it's very difficult. It's very difficult, not only for a man to transition out of those things, out of the blue pill world, because usually guys, when in their early 20s, they're blue pill. I talked to this guy. I think he was like 31 or 32. He's not a bad looking guy. I looked at his. A lot of times guys who are like, oh, I haven't had sex in a long time. You look at their profile and they're fat, and like, it's like, yeah, no wonder you haven't had sex. Like, you got to hit the gym, man. You got to get your diet under control. Like women don't want to sleep with a fat piece of shit. Like, sorry to say. That's just part of it. It's tiers. There's tiers and levels to this whole thing. But I looked at his profile, not a bad looking guy. And so I think he was probably about 31, 32. So this started happening about age 19, where he dates this girl, um, doesn't work out, has some kids with her, goes through a bad custody battle, or somehow the lawyers got involved. He didn't really go into too much detail with that. You know, oftentimes these Facebook conversations aren't you can't really pry too much, and I didn't want to, but I got what he was saying. Okay. And then he went through a career change. So probably I'd say about from 20 to 25, he was going through this relationship with this girl, had kids, broke up. I don't think they got married, to my knowledge. So I don't think there was a divorce, but there was problems with lawyers and custody and all that bullshit. And then he spent 5 years restructuring his career. So it's not. I don't think that's uncommon for a man. Although 13 years is a long time to not have sex. I mean, I myself have gone 5 years. You know, I've gone 5 years, easy. Um, when you're hot, you're hot. I've gone 5 years where I couldn't keep girls off me. Okay, when you're hot, you're hot. And it's weird how that works, but when you're getting laid regularly, it's funny how it kind of accumulates in your aura, and you just, women want you and they can just smell it on you. This guy's getting pussy, this guy's getting laid. And it's funny how women want you. They want Chad. They want the most desirable male. The irony is the most desirable male, 9 times out of 10, he's not marriage material. He's not, because he's out fucking everything that walks, and then they want to complain. It's not that I don't like that guy. It's not that I'm mad at Chad. It's not that I have Chad jealousy or anything like that. I've been Chad, and you can be Chad. It's not the most difficult thing in the world. Hit the gym, learn to be a bad boy, ignore girls, put yourself first. Boom, boom, boom. I mean, women are dumb, man. You treat them like crap. You act like you're better than them, and it's not hard to get laid. So. But the issue is that guy really the most desirable guy? Okay, and a guy who is trying to be blue pilled, trying to love you, etc. He's not that attractive when a woman is young and she doesn't have kids. Once you have kids, yes, that guy becomes attractive because he's stable, right? He's stable and he's got a good job. That's when they want that guy. But it's not uncommon, man, for guys to go 10 years not having sex. I don't think that's uncommon. The question is, can a woman do it? Can a woman go 5 years without having sex? I don't think a woman can go 5 months without having sex. In this day and age, I don't think a woman can go 5 weeks without having sex. Okay? Because it's so easy. It's so easy to get. But even though it's so easy to get, that doesn't mean she's doing it with anyone. She's still chasing that top 5%. She's still chasing Chad. She's still chasing Big Dick Thor. Sorry to say. And if she's not chasing Big Dick Thor, then she's chasing steady beta. And this is guys' strategies nowadays. If they can't be number one top dog, Big Dick Chad, they're trying to be, oh, I agree with you, honey. Let's be docile and let's play family. Let's play house. So it's either or. It's like you can't be yourself. You can't be normal. You can't, because that's just not attractive. Like you're just not. You're either the number one Chad or you're bottom of the rung beta. There's no in between anymore, it seems. But can a woman go 5 years? Can a woman go 1 year? I don't think so, man. I don't see it. And women are hot topic. Women are hot commodity. And yet they want to make fun of us for that. They want to call us incels. They want to rail us for questioning their promiscuity. It's crazy.